Isn't that a little doe? I think we're still in Waterton.
That's just tickled.
Uh-huh.
I'm not having fun. Well, there's that big boat that goes from one end to the other,
Yes.
I suppose. Now there's a good picture.
Real good.
Also, oh, that's a good one.
John loved to ride, and he did a lot of riding down at Kemper. And I was afraid of horses. I didn't wish to ride. I did once, but that was enough. You seemed quite at home on that horse, though, Barbara.
Oh, I didn't feel quite at home.
Well,
Oh, here we are on the boat, looking at Waterton town.
you see the boundary line.
There it is.
There it is, between Canada and United States, and that's the only unpatrolled boundary between two countries, I think there is, at least having nothing but a swath of trees cut to designate where one ends and the other begins.
I think so.
I think it is, but perhaps that's changed since that many years ago. He didn't like that branch tickling his back of his head. There.
Walking with that bear.
I know, and I think it's just terrible.
Oh, stupid. I wonder who took these pictures.
Your father.
How stupid. Kind of cute, though.
I don't think so.
Oh, boy. Well, what's that? Whose cabin is that?
I think this is a hunting trip.
That might be Quigley's,
I
huh?
believe it is, because there's Chris Gardner and Cartwright and John. And they hunted up and were guests of his up at the at his cabin there.
Outside of Helena, he built Frontier
Town.
eventually.
Is that Dad?
That's Dad in the red. And Chris Gardner there.
Well, why doesn't Chris do that?
And Cartwright must be filming it. This must be in the lodge.
Really? Oh, that's right. John said that fireplace was so big you could put almost the length of a full trunk of a tree in it. And it would burn all day.
Oh dear. Gotcha. I'm ready for another.
Now, Dad was not 40 years old there, so he was pretty good,
Yeah.
health-wise.
Oh,
Oh, now we've moved to our home in Great Falls, where the kids were raised. We lived there 15 years, had a wonderful time.
this is really home.
Yeah, this is home. Nope. And that's Esther Sewer's garage. Imagine a tricycle and a scooter in snow. That's your car, Barbara, isn't it?
No.
Oh, no, you were too little for a car. Wonder whose that was.
Probably the one that Weldon drove to Ohio.
No, that was a Lincoln Continental. Whoops. Oh, we're in the pool year now.
Oh, sick. Nobody wore jeans yet.
No.
Oh, maybe
Or
the
did
kids.
you have a pair? There, Tinker has coveralls. I'm not sure. Who's that? Tinker?
Naked kicker.
Well,
Oh, this will kill him. He's gonna love it. Totally unabashed.
that was the summer that Dad wasn't a bit well, and he had to take 6 weeks off. So we just chose to go nearby, but be out in the fresh air, and made a vacation out of it. And yet, he was very ill.
What a nerd.
But you were always so patient with him, Barbara. You'd
I have
wait
to be.
for him and let him play his games.
Oh boy, there's Larry and Ronnie off. That's that hammock up at Nyhart.
I had forgotten about that.
There's Larry.
Oh, this is that tree house, which you, oh, all four of you just loved it.
That was a fun thing.
It really was. Peggy's still sucking his thumb. Oops.
Get down. Get down. Mom!
Whoops. That's Mary, just beginning to have the showing of MS. Nobody knew what it was. This is at Neihart, at their cabin in Neihart.
And that's Johnny off.
What am I doing with my good suit jacket on a pair of slacks?
Oh, look there. That's Ronnie off.
Like father, like son.
Another temper tantrum. That was more fun.
I don't know what Larry is doing up there, but he's building something.
He's building a treehouse.
Oh, that is right, yes. We had so many places to go and so many things to do that it was a fun growing up time, I hope.
Yes, it was.
There's Larry climbing in. And that was their dog. They always had a dog.
Yeah, I don't ever know why.
No, I don't either. Except they liked him.
Yeah.
That's
Cartwright's cabin.
Sure enough.
And there's Cartwright.
Now that was up at Neihart too, wasn't it?
That's right. And there's
Billy Cartwright.
Billy or Bobby. Somebody.
I think it's Billy.
Must have been Bob. Oh dear.
There's Sticker. Well,
What a sausage.
There's
Susie.
Susie.
Isn't she pretty?
That's Bill.
Or Bob. Somebody.
Oh, Dad and Chris Gardner and Clyde Fraser have hired this plane to go down to Sun Valley to a meeting for Metropolitan. Oh, they had a wonderfully interesting trip. They landed on the highway once.
Oh, it sounds like fun.
They almost missed the whole weekend.
Who's the plane?
They hired a guy.
Oh, boy.
And these are the pictures John took from the plane. Oh, good. They landed someplace that was about 1.5 miles from the hotel landing spot, and they had to hike into the hotel carrying their luggage.
Oh, dear.
They looked about as beaten as if they'd hitchhiked all the way from Great Falls. They're still flying.
Moving right along. Is that in focus or not?
No,
Not?
no, it
Whoa.
isn't.
That?
Much better.
Well, there's Fraser.
Yes, and John. They won't look like that when they get to the hotel, I'll bet.
Now they have to walk to the hotel, huh?
Yes, to carry their luggage. There's Chris.
Why?
Because that's as far as the plane could get them.
Well, how did Neil and Corey get there? And who's that?
Charlie Smoss, but I think the girl is Joni, isn't it?
No, Neil.
It is? Oh, could be. Oh my. Get her name.
There's Marilee.
That's Chris again.
Chris Gardner.
Now who is this? Oh, this is Fraser. Right. Dad.
And Marilee.
No, that
No?
isn't Dad, no. And that was one of the dignitaries from the Pacific Coast, Mr. Klein. That was Tim Downey,
Oh, sure.
the redhead.
This must be
In the-
wherever.
In the fall of the year, see the trees have turned rust.
And where is this?
In Sun Valley.
Probably
Again.
grown up a bit since then.
Oh, yes, it has. A lot of condominiums have been built around there. Or the scenery in Idaho.
Whoa.
Nana and the two children and Mother Grace.
And that wild kid running back and forth.
Whoops. Tigger's all dressed up. He must be going someplace.
Oh boy. There's Kitty Goodman.
Always had to have Kitty. Barbara got her first bite.
Oh boy. What year is this?
About 47. You were about 10 years old when you got your bike, or 9. That was a nice family home.
Sure was. The first time I ever saw the front door.
Nobody
Glass.
ever came in the front door.
Oh no.
Oh, that's Bonnie
Morris.
Morris. Her dad was a metropolitan man too. Al Morris.
Oh, pardon me.
What cabin are we at here?
I think we're at Al Morris's house, and that was
Oh,
part of it.
well, we got them. Here
Kids
they
are
come.
coming on the first vacation.
Oh, now that's Al Morris.
Well, for heaven's sake.
And his wife and Bonnie. That's all there is. Maybe this is where we stayed out in a tent.
I hope not. We're eating along the roadside, I would say.
Oh, wait, we have a motor
Pine
lodge.
Crest Motor Lodge.
Oh, that
isn't
looks
that
nice.
pretty? Wonder where that is. That looks like down at Hempton.
It does, doesn't it?
I don't know why. Oh, he found a cat.
A little kitten that was hungry yet. This was the beginning of your starting to have to wear glasses, Barbara.
Oh, how old was I? What year is this?
48. So you were 8 years old.
His hair was always combed so neat.
Yes.
I wonder where we are.
I don't know, and I don't recall this too much. I remember Bonnie dancing on a little platform
Well, that was
someplace.
Tahoe, but is this where that is?
This says Waterton Lakes.
Yes.
No, this says First Vacation.
Yeah, but I think it's a Tahoe.
Now you have curls.
I'll say.
Whoops.
Bless you. The only
I
place
don't
I
remember
ever
this
went
too
to
well.
was Morrison's is Tahoe.
Could be.
Where Kicker got that real bad sunburn.
And had to rush him into Salt Lake.
No, not from Tahoe.
We rushed him into Salt Lake once for having second-degree burns. This must be Tahoe. A bridge with passing cars and a river below, and I let him play on the bridge. Well, I guess I wasn't too far away.
Maybe it's Glacier Park.
I have.
There's an orange juice stand. One of those old-fashioned orange juice stands along the side of the highway.
I don't recall this at all.
What for heaven's sake.
That's Tim Downey, so it must have been a metropolitan deal.
Oh, wow.
My word.
What a cheeky lady. Seattle. Seattle, Washington.
I'll bet we were on our way to Victoria.
Is that Seattle?
Certainly looks like it.
Certainly is. San Francisco. Okay, there's the Chinatown thing. Telegraph Hill. Telegraph Hill.
Right, it is.
In her loud stage whisper. You remember that? There's somebody taking a picture of somebody taking a picture. Who's that?
I don't know.
What is that? Government complex.
Well, Tim Downey's trying to tell me. Billy Smock and Chuck, Chris, Metropolitan always, advocated being a family-type insurance company, and they encouraged everyone to bring their children.
Until Kicker came. Is this the zoo at Sacramento?
I have no idea where I am right now.
Because we've never been to Disneyland. Being deprived and all.
Yes, deprived.
It looks like Sacramento to me.
It does. Seal Rock. Still San Francisco, isn't it?
Then the wharf, fisherman's wharf,
Wharf.
whatever it is.
Kicker's buying something.
Food is a local Mexican joint. Only cable cars.
Going right up at the Fairmont Hotel. Faye and I went up there last year. Just for old time's sake.
I'd love to. Oh, Mrs. Van Astor. Aren't you fancy? Oh.
I deprived my children so I could dress nice.
Yes, I see that. Isn't that neat? There he is on his coffee. Oh, I can't believe it.
Well, now enjoy it. It's marked our first vacation.
Yes, it is.
Oh, dear. Isn't that the Coit Tyler? What is it?
Windmill.
Oh,
Oops.
well, here we are at the Bears again.
That's the zoo.
Dad had the nicest disposition. He never got angry or flustered, but when he did speak, you knew he meant it in a lovely, gentlemanly way.
Yeah.
And then out of it came two kids that yell at each other.
I don't yell, either.
So,
Shoot. Oh, we're still at the zoo in whatever town this is.
San Francisco, we think.
I didn't know they had a zoo.
Oh, yeah.
Is that in focus?
Not yet.
Not?
Now it is.
Now?
Yes.
That looks like Knott's Berry Farm to me. But what do I know?
Could be.
You think it is? Our director and producer thinks it is. Is it? Sure it is. I've only been there when I was 9. If we were at Knott's Berry Farm, why didn't we go to Disneyland?
I have no idea.
61 miles?
It wasn't invented yet.
Oh, it wasn't invented.
I don't know when it started. Was it?
19?
Well, 51, but you see, this is in 48, so no, there
Oh.
was no.
Well, that's why we didn't go.
That's right.
There's a self-portrait.
I was going to say we couldn't afford it. So, does he keep his mouth open all the time?
I think so. Well, not very far. Must
Whoops,
have been
here
invented
comes
much
trouble.
earlier.
What's that?
1941. Where are we now?
The ocean.
The ocean. The ocean. Oh, shit. Get 'em, cowboys. Oh.
I think this is a motel we stayed at,
Well,
and we were,
uh-oh.
we're at Clark's.
I was gonna say that dog looks familiar. Who are those kids?
That's
Is
John
that John
Clark.
Clark, my
Yes.
crib name?
Yes,
I didn't remember that.
and that's Colin.
Colin.
There's Dorothy.
There's Eddie Clark.
Barbara didn't enjoy it there at all,
Where?
at Clark's.
I didn't like it.
And really, I don't blame you.
No. It's like a cold and gloomy day.
Mm-hmm.
Judge Roy Bean.
Well, now where are we?
I don't know. We're still at Knott's Berry Farm. Steve's been there.
Right there.
Right there.
Not too long ago.
Not too. Silver Dollar Saloon. Gee, I don't remember that.
They'll fix
Stuff
it.
wrapped around the tree. Oh, gosh. Where's
Well,
this?
this is at Jean Brown's,
Oh,
my
is it?
cousin's.
Is that Jean Brown?
That's Jean Brown, and she's about just a third of the size that she was. And that's Mort, her
She's even
husband.
bigger than that?
She's much smaller.
Oh. I don't remember her either.
She had 4 children, all real nice kids. I'm going down and see her this year.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
And who are these people? Where are we?
I don't know.
Somewhere in
It's our
Southern
it's the second half of the first vacation.
Somewhere in Southern California. How many days did he break his arm waiting? Oh my goodness. We still don't know where we are.
No,
We look like we're coming to the Redwood Forest.
I think that's where we are. We go through a tree that has a driveway.
We've done that before.
There it is. There's Sticker still waving.
Holding up traffic for a mile. He just goes 10 miles an hour.
State Park, California. Whoops.
Oh, and Paul Bunyan is here. Oh, bet. There he
Yes,
is.
there he is.
I remember that. He talked. Said things.
One thing Dad did do was stop whenever there was anything interesting and let the kids out and run.
Forward.
And then you were lovely to ride with in the car. But you know, so many people get in the car and just start
And go.
and don't give them a chance.
Oh.
Well,
Like a flood. It's like,
You don't say no.
yeah.
Bonneville Dam.
That's it. What's that?
One of the big dams that Roosevelt built in his day, or had built, and it overflowed or did something. It did a little too
Is
much.
that our history lesson for the day? The day Bonneville Dam overflowed. Oh.
I really don't know.
I
what
really
that
don't either.
was. Oh dear.
Where's this?
I really don't know that either. One would think they could remember their first vacation. Well, here we go again. Goodbye. Where are we?
Oh, here we are back in Great Falls in our favorite
In our
house.
own backyard, sure enough. There's Mike McClay.
Yeah. And Chucky Wentworth. Or somebody. There's that cat. What cat?
Mama Kay,
That chaos? No.
that's one of her kittens, I'll bet.
That must be Karen Hansen.
It is.
Well, what year is this?
48. Why do we play in the garbage cans? Well, he wonders what's in there. This is the back of the house, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
No. Doesn't quite fit, Dicker.
Look at that snowsuit. Every flake of snow sticks to it.
You lost the passenger.
It's like one of Mother's homemade scarves. Oh, here we are, Gibson Park. I think our commentators run out of comments.
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm so happy you're tearing up that place instead of the back of our yard, our backyard. Now that's what winter should be, with snow and ice, you know. This is so unlike our Montana winters this year.
Oh, here's the gates of the mountains. And you're on this boat and they take you down to the campground and dump us off for the whole day.
We had a picnic lunch.
Then they come back at 7 o'clock or whatever and pick up a
Except
whole load of people.
somebody threw a rock or something with Kicker.
Kicker fell off the side of the mountain,
Oh,
split his head wide open.
oh dear.
That was terrible.
And the boat was not coming back until 7 o'clock in the evening.
I don't know what we did.
If I recall rightly, Dad hailed a motorboat that was just cruising the lake, and he took Kicker in. And then they came back and got you and me.
else, huh? Oh, I see.
As active as Kicker was, it's strange we didn't have more
Catastrophe.
more catastrophes, really. But that is a beautiful spot. There's our aspen nest one that we always watched. Didn't the commentator all the way up say, if you will notice?
Oh, yes.
All the way up, with every sentence he started, if you will notice, if you will notice, until it got to be funny.
You got ridiculous. There's Larry Young.
Mm-hmm.
Motley Crue.
Wonder where that is.
Like the road to Nightheart. Oh, nuts. A whole collection is stored with dolls.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that candy cane.
I don't.
It was 3 feet long. What a dandy dollhouse. Wasn't I awful big for dolls? How old are you for dolls?
9.
Oh.
I thought you needed a hug.
I thought so.
Oh, and I had an orange juicer.
You still have that?
No,
No. Rats.
I'm sure not.
You didn't always wear your glasses. There's Granny Annie.
Uh-huh.
And Reuben. I have that ring of hers. A great big pony ruby. Isn't she pretty? I ate the whole thing.
Ann was so pretty.
There's that lamp. Oh, right there.
She didn't share.
Oh, there's it.
August 1949, we're at the entrance to the Lewis and Clark Caverns. We're going to take the trolley and go through the caves, and they're very, very interesting. The bus no longer runs, or the train no longer runs. Now you have to walk up there.
There I am having a good time. Again. That's pretty scary.
I wish we could have photographed some of the inside of the caverns, but of course we couldn't. But there's stalagmites and stalactites. So now it had been late. We rented a cabin there and immediately set up a baseball game for the kids and all those that were there on the premises.
Oh dear.
This is the Yellowstone River, and everybody had to take a chance with the fishbowl.
You who was afraid of horses.
Yes. There I go again. There's Ronnie off.
This is Hebgen Lake. We caught some nice fish on this lake. The turbulence in the boat, not in the water.
Casual. Yeah.
And not a life jacket around. We certainly dared to trust our luck. With 4 adults and 4 children.
Can't believe it. There's Mary,
That was quite a catch. And they were good-sized fish, as you can see. Decided to go into Glacier, or West Yellowstone, and see Old Faithful. let those children come to it. And again, we're taking pictures of a bear much too close for comfort. I'm probably walking fast to rescue Kicker from someplace. There goes Old Faithful. And today in 1987, Old Faithful is still performing, shooting the waters to the sky every hour on the hour. Another hungry bear. John and I, after we were married, that was our short honeymoon down to Yellowstone Park. So to come back with the two children several years later, it was a thrill. That was 16 years later. Because we were married in 1933, and this is 49.
Yeah.
On top of Cook City Highway, Barb at the pink car said,
There's my teddy bear again.
so we stopped and relieved herself of her nauseous, and we played around in the snow to settle anybody's tummy. It's just that's Cook City Highway,
Yes.
out of Red Lodge. And it is a very
Sun Valley.
Sun Valley, here we come again.
1949.
That's Fran Fraser. And
Somebody
it is a beautiful spot for a convention or for a vacation. Mrs. Downey. I cannot place that woman with the dark hair. Up on the ski lift to Old Mount Baldy.
Or whatever.
9,000 feet up.
Don't kill.
Just in a dress and snow.
Dad wasn't real thrilled about heights. The old, what is it, water mill?
Water wheel.
Water wheel?
Who's he?
Another metropolitan man, but I don't know I don't remember his name.
They look like twins. They are twins.
They're the guards at the pool in Sun Valley. If they're not twins, they looked enough alike to be considered such, and they were dressed in the same swimsuit. I don't know who that is.
They like them.
Dad found a friend. He always accused me of taking his picture with a tree coming out of his head. And
He was right.
if you notice, in most every picture he has something coming out of his head. He laughed about it a lot. Murphy. Those are two vice presidents in San Francisco.